Welcome to Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven, and our long plays video, where I take a relaxed and chilled out look at a game I particularly liked back in the day, and just play through it and show you why I like it for an hour. So we shall set our timer and get cracking. So, I skipped the intro videos. I hit new. I'm going to skip this as well. You have the option to create a party. You know, you've got all your usual RPG statistics, and you've got, you know, classes, faces, different voices, all kinds of fun stuff. But we'll quit out of that and quick start. So this is the world of Might and Magic 6. I could give you background information or whatever, but I'm just going to show you something this game does that a lot of games around the time didn't do, and a lot of games since don't do, and that's this. And you're probably thinking to yourself, what? He's moving around. Lots of games move around. You'll see at the bottom though, I don't know if you'll watch my Lands of Lore video, this is a blobber. Where you control, in first-person perspective, all your party, and usually blobbers are tile-based. This is a blobber with free movement, and this particular set of Might and Magic games, 6 through till 9, appeared sort of in between Daggerfall and Morrowind from the Elder Scrolls series. And I feel like they took a degree of inspiration from the likes of Daggerfall and said, hey, we can do free roaming in a large world. Let's do it. So, this is New Sorpigal. And before we go any further, let's hit the current quests. Show Solomond's letter to Andover Pot Bellow in New Sorpigal. Now, where could Andover Pot Bellow be? In the inn? You click on the inn, there's your nice friendly little inn, you've got your people around there. So let's immediately get a quest from Andover. Could you do the Temple of Ba a favour? It appears that my brethren left the old temple in the northwest of here in a little too much of a hurry, and a candelabra necessary for some of our rituals was left behind. None of the Ba priests want to go back because they're afraid of whatever curse has been placed on the temple. If you were to bring back the candelabra to me, however, I would reward you in their place. What about the letter? Ooh, sweet. 1,000 gold for us. And that's in the corner there, along with our food. If we go to the innkeeper, he can actually stock up our food or give us a drink, or, you know, we can tip him, try and get information out of him, and he can, offer us those services. And then you have random people like Maria here, who will give us flavor text about what's going on. And that's that. We have 1,200 gold now. Next thing we'll do is we'll go to our inventories. You'll see here that is an indicator. If that turns red, there's enemies nearby, and it also indicates whether a person can do anything, as far as I know. This is a book of learning, so you drag that, stick it on him, and he now has the Bless spell. There's the letter, the quest item, we don't want to lose that, and a fine ring, which is completely useless until enchanted. This is a reagent. You pick that up and you combine it with a potion bottle with a right click, and that gives us a potion of energy. Another fine ring and a static charge. You can learn that. First aid, remove fear. And a ring of cold resistance. Ooh. Might sell that for money, to be honest. There, he's got a cure wounds potion and a fine ring of vigor. Oh my goodness. The rings you get at the beginning are randomized each time, so that's a particularly nice ring. Because your hit points are so low, I don't know why I tried to click on his portrait or anything there. You'll see, oh my god, his hit points have just gone down. They haven't. His max hit points have gone up by 4 because he put on that ring. So let's go to the shop.
Have a look around.
And we'll sell that ring. Because our mercantile skill's not very good, we're not going to get much money for it, but we'll get a little bit. Don't think we'll sell that. Nah. We'll use that at a later date. So, we could have bought some stuff in there, but it's mostly potions and reagents and stuff. And we've got them. Next step is the knife shop, where you can buy weapons, sell weapons if you've got them, which we don't. Identify stuff that you don't know, which we don't have. Repair stuff that's broken, or check out his specials for the day. Alright, what else have we got here? We have a town hall and a savings house. So let's go into the savings house. That's your bank with Schmitty the banker. Thank you, Schmitty. We don't look to make a deposit yet. I can explain why you do that later.
I need your help.
She needs our help? Let's talk to Frank Fairchild first. Ba Temple. A day's travel west of here is a new temple dedicated to Ba. I've heard that bad things happen to rich people that travel. Oh, we'll avoid that then. And you've got a quest to give us. And all the quests are helpfully marked quest, you know, rather than just being some random information. Members of the Shadow Guild have moved down south recently, have been trying to exert their influence. Wow. They kidnapped a healer. Oh no. So, this guy's had enough of the Shadow Guild. Janice, Tuesday? We get all our important shipments in on Tuesdays. Okay, that's nice to know. Goblin Watch. Just south of town is an old keep called Goblin Watch. And she's given us a key here. So, standing reward of 2,000 pieces for figuring out the combination for a lock or something. There's also a bounty on a dust devil, but we'll not worry about that. The town halls can offer bounties as well. And there is the armorer. So, exactly the same as the blacksmith. Hit buy, it'll show you the various bits and pieces. But we'll not worry about that right now. Instead, we'll go this way. And you'll see that New Sorpigal is like a sort of circular town almost. We can go into random houses. Hezaz Mazwil the Mystic. And you'll see he offers membership to something called the Buccaneers Lair for 25 gold pieces. Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you.
Liches. Some sorcerers have cheated death themselves. And they sell cobra eggs. And willing to pay handsomely. Huh. So if we come across cobra eggs, that's the man.
Greetings.
A labourer work. Someone has to do all the grunt labour around here. Too bad that someone is me. And you've got a nice animated little room there. Blade's End membership. 25 gold. Sure.
Thank you.
Why not? And the reason I'm going around these houses should become apparent now. Hey, the Seeing Eye. Shall we take a little look at that? It's an alchemy shop. But look, it's got all kinds of random things. Intriguing. It's like a sort of catch-all.
Greetings and salutations.
So, this fella offers expert bodybuilding if you've got the right rank and skill. And to really improve skills, in addition to sort of gaining points in them, you can train to become an expert and a master and stuff with the right teachers. There's a meditation expert and so on. And anytime you're in a new town, it's always worth just going around, picking up quests, picking up memberships of stuff.
Thank you.
Yes, we shall take that. I love how posh Roderick sounds. And you'll see there's the Blade's End. And now these guys have the opportunity to learn stuff. But before we go any further, Alexis doesn't have any armor skills. So Roderick is the only one with skill in armor. Unfortunately, it is very costly. We'll leave that for the time being. But yes, not having armor is not a good idea in this game.
Thank you.
We'll join the guild, get another quest. You get the basic loop here, you know? We're just visiting all the houses, and by doing so, we're benefiting our team here Let's see this house.
Whoa.
Fire magic expertise. And you'll note he doesn't meet the requirements. He does have fire magic, but he's not level 4. So we'll not worry about him.
How are you?
Also, these experts will tell you where the masters are as well. So if you're ever searching for a master, they can actually help you out with that. Oh, +2 luck permanent. Sometimes it's good to drink from wells. Other times it's inadvisable. There's the Buccaneers Lair, but you'll see it's got opening and closing times. We'll look up here. It's 10:55 AM. And this only opens in the evenings. Intriguing. Methinks it's a little suspect, huh?
How about some trade?
This is where you level up in the training grounds. This is the new Sorpigal one. Nice and easy in terms of prices, but we don't have the experience.
Greetings and salutations.
There's another expert.
Greetings and salutations.
Another expert. And you'll note also you can click on these guys and they will offer certain skills. They know shortcuts, 1% share of the gold and 100 starts, and that'll help us around Enroth essentially. We'll say no to that, but it's worth clicking on one or two of them. Body magic expert and a random child. I hate school. My father says no, nobody cares. So that's the absolute bare basics of New Sorpigal. I'll just show you the other areas here. This should be a guild up here. Guild of the Self, perhaps. Let's just check.
The magic of fire,
Yep.
air, water, and earth.
So, obviously Roderick's a paladin, so he can't learn air and earth. But Zoltan the Sorcerer can. We also have the option to buy spells here, which is handy. But we'll leave that for now. But what are you doing up
How
here?
are you?
She's a cook. So for 300 gold and 3% of the gold we find, they'll carry extra food and prepare meals for us so that our food isn't an issue. And, you know, these NPCs, they offer their skills and abilities. You lose them if you die, but we'll get to that in due course. This is the temple. Very reasonable. We can just heal there. Obviously, he didn't really need healed, but because he put that ring on, you know, his hit points went down. There's some enemies. Some random goblins have taken up residence there. And you'll note as I get closer, it turns red to indicate, oh, an enemy's nearby.
Magic of spirit, mind, and body.
So, what have we got here? Interesting. Spirit arrow, first day, lucky day, meditation harm. There's all kinds of spells in this game. And it's one of the cool things about this game actually, is that right now, you'll note I haven't fought a single person. I've been very, very careful with what I've been doing. And the reason for that is you start off really weak. Like, he's 31 hit points. You know, your average monster will do 4 or 5 damage each hit. So what I'm going to do is, this is probably inadvisable, but I'm going to teach everybody lever.
You need more coin, friend.
Oh no! Not enough coin. And we're finally leaving New Sorpigal. And I'm going to go this way. This might be a mistake. And you'll note, hey, some goblins. Now, I hit the enter button, which brings us into turn-based mode for combat purposes. So, I'm going to cast a spell by hitting that button, but he doesn't appear to have a fire arrow, which could be a problem, because we haven't taught him it. There's the skill books. I'd forgotten about him. I did everyone else, and I didn't do poor old Zoltan there. Now he has the skill. We'll click Cold Beam, and we'll say set cold beam as ready spell. That means every time I hit the S button, he will cast cold beam. Now, she's a cleric. I don't believe that she has any offensive spells currently. So, meditation temporary increases personal. Nah. So we'll just have her hit A to attack, but obviously she's out of range, so it's not a big deal. Static charge. Set as ready spell. And each spell has its own little effect, which is nice. Roderick, you have spirit magic, so you have the much maligned spirit arrow,
Yes.
which is not very good. 1 point of damage. Not great. And you'll see with each turn that passes, the goblins move closer. And we're free to look around, you know. We're stuck in one spot though. And we shall just capably take these guys out. This is your starter, you know. Nice, easy combat. If you go the wrong way in this game, it is very punishing. It's like, nope. You made a mistake. You'll note she shot an arrow there. She's only got 1 spell point left. But that's okay because she has a long range attack. Okay, we appear to have been victorious there. So what we do is we click the bodies. And that will give us some gold. Oh no! A second battle. These guys came over the hill. They've had enough of us. You can't really do much. I mean, you could heal the party, but we'll not worry about that right now. Apprentice Mage. Spirit Arrow is better than I remember. There we go. They're falling like flies. And you'll see that Roderick's out of magic, so no Spirit Arrow for him. One thing you can do though is you can teach people the bow and just become a sort of team of death. Okay, we've... oh, there's somebody over there. Let's just turn around, face him, and take him out. There we are. There may be a few more round the corner, I'm not sure. We'll check round the corner in a minute. First though, let's get the goblin body. They might come to us, yes. You know, I'm okay with this sort of staggered approach. But we might need to get up close and personal here. Because obviously 2 members of our team, now 3 members of our team, don't have a ranged attack. So we'll get up close and personal and just start hitting A to attack and deal some real damage here. Okay, we're up in the hills. You guys have annoyed us long enough. Let's take out these apprentices. And because we're in the right spot at the right time, these guys aren't too much of a threat. Now we may finally get round to opening this barrel. Nope, there's still one more. And we'll do this in real time now. You don't have to pause for every combat, you know. He's running away now. Yep, too late. Shouldn't have hit us in the first place. There's still more of them. But I think we can make it to the crate now. And look at that. Some gold. A nice little reward. And a reagent. What is this now? A barrel of white liquid. Somebody's shooting at us. And you'll note this guy is a bit different. He's a journeyman mage. Now he looks similar, slightly different, but considerably more dangerous than an apprentice mage. And each type of monster has that, a sort of graduation of difficulty. So if you see a certain type of monster, and it's like, you know, considerably different, then you might just want to consider running away. So we got a barrel of white liquid here. White liquid gives us permanent luck. Handy, but it can only be used once. red liquid is might. So we'll look at those stats. And obviously you haven't seen the stats much, but yeah, his might's increased, her luck is up. So that's pretty cool. There's a boat over there that will allow us to traverse elsewhere if I'm able to get on the platform. So let's just briefly go over here. Lovely sprite-based boat there. Sorry, come back another day. Okay, Brian the captain, we shall come back another day. And as with the stables, you know, there's specific times that you can go and specific places you can go to from various stables. And there's another journeyman. Excuse me. We take exception to your constant attack. Oh, he's doing some real damage here. Fortunately, he can, unless he has an area of effect attack, he can only hit one of us at a time. And bashing us with his staff isn't going to do much, but there's a whole pile of them there. So I'm just going to err on the side of caution. And I'm going to head back. Because we don't need that right now. What we do need is some armor. And some rest. So what we'll do is go over here. Drink from the fountain to restore our hit points. Isn't that nice? And I believe we can teach poor old Zoltan here the lever skill.
Looking at. That will be useful.
Now that took up a large chunk of our money. But we can now go to the armorer.
Don't touch the merchandise.
And let's see what purchases we can make. Oof, 225 for leather. It's a lot of money, but it's a worthy investment. And you'll see there's more expensive stuff. Often enchanted stuff as well. Or stuff that you can enchant. What about some basic helms? Yeah, we'll take some helms.
Come back soon.
Okay, thank you. So Roderick did all that bartering for us. We'll pass out some leather to folks. Zoltan, you're going to have to miss out, unfortunately, for now. But you'll see. Armor class has gone from 0 to 5. So she's got a bit of protection now. And we can stick the hat on her as well, and you'll see protection's gone up to 7. And one of the cool things about my magic is you can actually see the armor on them. Look at that, isn't that nice? So, her armor class is 7, hers is 6. Poor old Zoltan, still at 0. So, we have a little money left over. So what we'll do now is we'll go to the Lonely Night, rent a room, and exit the rest. You can exit rest at any time. It's the evening currently. We could pay the Buccaneers Lair a visit. Let's do that briefly. You should be open now, shouldn't you? Ah, 6 PM to 6 AM. Ah, we were 10 minutes late.
How about some training?
And as you can see, the experience required has gone down because we've been killing things. Let's go over here instead. And you'll see, hey, there's some goblins. And because we're rested, we can hit this goblin king fella with some magic. Unfortunately, he also has magic. He's able to cast a fireball at us. The more advanced versions of goblins can do that. So we want to concentrate most of our fire on him, and we'll just briefly cast a first aid spell on Zoltan here. That spirit arrow is not doing much. So there's a few more goblins here. Just out of range, I think. Yeah. Hit him for 1, that's not great. And yeah, I think we're okay. We're okay so far. Now he's within range. I'm still going to hit him with magic. But yes, he's hitting us substantially here. And you'll see the other goblins are starting to come in. So what we're going to do is we're going to exit the turn base and just get a bit of distance from us and our foes here. But unfortunately you don't have specific targeting when you're in the auto-cast mode. And she's out of magic. And his spirit arrow is worse than useless. That goblin's just refusing to go down, isn't it? There we go. I take it all back. The spirit arrow isn't as bad as I thought it was. Look at that. And you'll also note, when they're seriously injured, they start to run. So, we should be able to deal with these goblins now. Yeah. And what's nice is that you've got the vocal reactions of your party. So if you score a particularly good hit, they'll be like, "Ha! Yes!" and so forth. Now, I believe we are out. So, this is a magic potion. We'll give that to you. You drink it. That was a terrible shot. Where were you aiming there? There's a goblin over there and he aimed straight at the wall. That's no good. We'll get a bit closer and take them on in real time. If you're confident in a battle, you can just go real time and deal with the problem at hand. I think there's one goblin making a run for it. We'll worry about him later. Oh, there he is. Come back. There we are. We need your body for gold. Seems a bit harsh, but them's the rules.
I don't know.
Some leather armor, but it's not identified.
I don't know.
And neither is that. There is an identification skill, I believe, where you can identify items. But we can also take them to the store and identify from there.
I don't know.
We'll just have Roderick be our pack mule, and he can take all the stuff. No crates this side. Oh well. So let's head back through the lovely trees. Make sure that's a person and not a goblin. We do not want to shoot them for no reason. And we'll get the armor to identify that, I think.
Don't touch the merchandise.
Identify this. 75 gold pieces to tell us it's leather armor. Oof.
I don't know.
That is. And obviously, you can't identify that because he's an armourer. He doesn't know anything about it.
Come back soon.
What we can do, though, is we can give the cloak and the armour to Zoltan. And finally, he has some armour. And doesn't he look dashing? Isn't that great? And you'll find this over time. There's this lovely RPG-style graduation of skills, where you slowly start to get better and better and better. And New World Computing have been very generous with the fountains at the beginning, and they're like, hey, we've one for hit points and one for spell points. Let's go and see if we can train yet.
How about some training?
Still not close enough yet, and that's okay. Not the end of the world. So, let's... Was there movement there? No, it was just the river. Let's go up here. What could possibly go wrong, right? Right? Uh-oh. Are those goblins I see before me? They are. So we'll head down here and have them come to us. Alright, a fair distance. I really should get her a ranged attack so she can join in. And there's a goblin shaman. It's not quite as powerful as a goblin king, but it's still considerably more powerful than a goblin because it's got that nice ranged attack, you know, that fireball. There we go, that's those three dealt with. There's another one there. can see me sort of cycling in and out of time, turn-based in real time, just to get that goblin in the right spot. We'll take that money, thank you very much. Right, there should be some more goblins around here, but I think we can handle them. Oh! Spoke too soon. Shaman, right there. Anybody else nearby? Nope. And thankfully, because we've got armor now, we can afford to have people get a little more up close to us, you know? Was there anybody else striking us there? No, I think it was just that goblin. Ah, not so keen now, are you? Ha! Yeah, there's something very satisfying about how, even though we're not trained up to the next level, we are able to dispatch these goblins quite effectively. No. Run all you want, it's not going to work for you, son. Or is it? See, eventually they get tired of running. They're like, okay, I can't escape, I better fight. Hey, a crate. But it was trapped. And that's worrying. Hey, a longbow. Handy. But as it stands, we've been severely damaged by that trap. So we'll get out of there for the time being and head back to our fountains. And you do this, it's like a back and forth. This was a very popular concept in blobbers, you know. You'd have a sort of home area that you could go back to. And you'll note, she can't do anything because she's unconscious. But she was the one who had the spell to fix things. And if you find that you don't have the spells to fix people, you can either rest using the rest function. Nice little button there.
Can we assist you?
Or we can hover over her and heal her for 20 gold. Would have been 10 if she was just injured, but she was unconscious, so took a little bit more work than before. Alright, let's head back up to this goblin watch area. I believe there's some goblins up there waiting for us. Round the back, perhaps? Let's see. Yes, there's a way in. There's rudimentary sort of 3D here, as you can see. There he is. I object to your general presence. And there appears to be somebody attacking me over there as well. So I'm just gonna... Oh my god. Look at that! This could be an issue here. Oh, that's a lot of goblin. Yeah, we're doing okay here. And we can pick up the bodies in turn-based mode, which is nice. Quick first aid on Zoltan there. Oh, they're dropping like flies. That shaman will take some effort to bring down though. Let's deal with him, shall we? There we go, that's significantly knocked him down there. I do believe if you're attacking and you just hover over the person with the mouse, it sort of gives the game a clue. It's like, hey, I can't confirm that, but I believe that's the case. Let's just go hand to hand here, take these boys out. Let's do it in real time. Come on, come on. Alright. 10 gold. 10 gold. And you'll note,
Greetings and salutations.
there's a random goblin up here in a house. Humans. You know, goblin, you leave. We take castle to watch over humans. You no more kill us. Maybe the goblins aren't so bad as that we first thought. Who knows? You do get a real feeling of genocide in this game, you know, you're wiping out goblins en masse, as they would say. Probably pronounced that wrong, but whatever. Okay, so we have cleared out the weathered stones of this old keep shelter empty buildings in an unused courtyard. Faint sounds echo from a worn stairway that leads down below the keep. Let's have a look. And we are in our first dungeon. A bad feeling about the place, huh? We've got an auto map in the corner, as always. Now, the question is, should we be here? Let's venture a little further. And cast first aid on yourself there, you're a little worse for wear. Stone door and a common rat. He's about to be an uncommon rat. There we are. So, there's a random door as well. And this is the dungeon crawling aspect of the game. It's nicely done. Same as any other blobber, really. Uh-oh. Oh dear, that's a lot of goblins. But they all appear to just be goblins, so we should be able to take them. I think you should just keep healing the party, to be honest. That's some good spirit arrow use there. Zoltan, what you got for us? See, we can turn around and be like, send it that way. Another missed spirit arrow. Not so good. They're starting to close in on our position here. Okay, we're all set for this. Do you have enough magic? Yes, you do. Good. That spirit arrow, it slightly wounded me. What about that actual arrow, huh? Oh, good hit from Roderick, who is the tanky boy of our group here, and DPS man. Some serious hits being landed here by the goblins. You don't want to let them get too close, otherwise they'll really cause some problems. But not for Roderick, the goblin killing machine. You perish. Thank you very much. And we shall just take your gold, because the rule of the strong. Now you'll note here there's a pile of what looks to be doors. I don't believe they are doors. I think this is the combination that you need to find in order to complete that quest. We'll worry about that later though. I mean, if it gets really bad and you don't know what you're doing, you can always look up the that was a poor round. Yes, you can always look up online. There's solutions to every problem on the internet these days. But yeah, I think I've shown you the bulk of what needs to be shown. Oh, I was wrong. Look, there's the combination there.
I need help.
Hi there. Oh wow, he's really giving it his all here. A last stand. Right. We're a bit hurt here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the inventory and force her to drink that. Let's go back to that room then, where we were previously, and see what this does. At first, do heal Zoltan up a bit. He if we accidentally spring a trap here, you'll see she wasn't ready to cast a spell there. She's like, give me time, give me time. And you have to wait until that pops back up again. There we go. She's good to go. Yeah, heal yourself. Okay, Roderick, press that. Hey, a chest. And aren't we glad that we healed up there? Goblin Watch Code. Excellent. That was what we were looking for. So, we can read that. Here is the key to the combination door you requested. A is a trap. And blah 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 blah. Stupid draw cab monks. Now, read that. Backwards. And it says backward. This is one of those things that you get used to in blobbers. There was puzzle elements. And not basic puzzle elements either. Some of them were quite confusing. And as you know by this point, I'm not that big on puzzles. Sometimes I would just let my brother do them, or I would, you know, just look up the answer. Because facts were a thing online. FAQ, frequently asked questions. Shall we? Oh, man. Uh-oh, indeed, Roderick. We need to get out of here. Look at that. -10, -10, -1. 1 hit point. That nearly cost us the game there. So, we shall save. Did that save? Yes, it did. Roderick, get us out of here in one piece, man.
Quickly, we must move.
And you can see the urgency. When they realize that the party is damaged, they suddenly become a lot more urgent. And they're like, oh man, we're in trouble. So, where do we go to next? Well, we don't technically have to go anywhere. We can rest and heal. That's the beauty, you know, so long as you're in a safe spot, you can rest and heal and recover. I'll show you the other dungeon in the area. We'll head over this bridge. Also, I'll show you going to another area. So, we can go to Castle Ironfist. It'll take 5 days to travel. We have 5 food, so we can do it. We're not going to. It was just an option that was there. It's sort of open world, but much like, say, The Witcher 3 or something, it's open world that's split into various bits. And we're picking up some random herbs here. Nice. So, let's head over the bridge. And suddenly we have some goblins to contend with. So let's contend with them. Still haven't got her the right spell. Maybe I should do that before this. That sounds like a plan, actually. Do I have time, though? Yes, I have time. Let us quickly deal with these goblins. And you can see we're getting a bit more capable. And when we're trained up, we'll be even more capable. And you'll be able to go back to a place like New Sorpigal and have a laugh at how weak these goblins become. You'll be able to kill all of them in a single blow. Hey, look! Some goblins on top of there. We'll deal with them later. Let's see, is this the place? Closed. So, we can't rest because there's hostile enemies. There's hostile enemies over there as well. My goodness. So, come on, let us rest. Wait until dawn. Now, obviously, if you don't sleep and you keep waiting, eventually your people are going to be weak. And weakness drains stats and abilities and stuff, and you don't want it generally. You know, they're just like anybody else. They need their sleep.
The magic of spirit, mind,
Let's see what we've got. Spirit arrow, lucky day, precision, lucky day, remove fear, harm, meditation. It would be a good idea to learn what spell she's got. Mind and body. So what did I say?
Magic of spirit, mind, and body.
Yes, we're in the right place. So... precision, no. Meditation, harm. That sounds like a plan. Or there's the spirit arrow. Is harm the body? Right. Does she have body magic, or was I imagining things? She does have body magic. Okay, let's purchase harm. Now, hopefully, harm is a projectile spell.
There's nothing I can do.
You'll notice her leather armor has been broken, as has your man's. So I'll take that off. And this often happens if you're knocked unconscious, you know, or knocked down to a serious degree, like we were with the traps. So we'll quickly head over to the weaponsmith, and we'll repair that for a not unreasonable cost. Right, let's finally go and check out this other place. Now, we're not really the right level for it, to be honest with you. But we'll give it a go. Hey, goblins. Now, what we can do is we can select harm and set as ready spell. Harm! Hey! Wasn't that entertaining? Look at that. We killed that goblin. Now, a bunch of priests and... oh, we got a bit close there. We got a bit close. Wow, that hit for some damage there. Wow. Am I glad I bought that? My goodness, she's a killing machine. And this is the thing that you'll find. This guy obviously is much more powerful than the others. So we'll have to deal with him swiftly. There we are. But yeah, you'll find this over time. You will become a walking death machine. Just able to inflict all kinds of chaos upon people. Now, Roderick. Crates. Remember crates, Roderick? Oh my goodness. We were able to get... and another bow that we haven't identified. And a shield. Oh, that's nice. Obviously, we don't know what any of the items are, but that's cool. We can't rest, because apparently there's an enemy. So... oh, there he is. He's making a run for it. Take him out. Oh, there he goes. Right. Now... still can't rest. This becomes a bit of a problem. There we go. Rest and heal. We've only got 3 food left, but we're now full health, full magic. Let's go into the abandoned temple. She has a bad feeling about that as well. Alexis, that's not a good sign. A vampire bat. Ugh. And a giant bat. Let's just unload all our magic onto that bat. Gosh, it took a lot of hits. Look at the hit points it has compared to that. You also have an identify monster skill, which will give you more information when you mouse over these with the right... you hold down the right cursor and you mouse over them. It'll give you a breakdown of what's going on hit point wise. So, we managed to take most of them out before they got too close, which is good. There we are. So this is the temple that is cursed. All the Ba followers decided, hey, this is not for us. Hey, we found a random item. Of course, it's not identified, but whatever. A random staff? Can you equip that? No. And a barrel of yellow liquid. Accuracy for the archer. Barrel of white liquid. let's give the cleric some more luck. Now you'll notice there is a hissing noise, chainmail, and some leather armor. I know that leather armor is better than that, so we'll stick it on, and that'll give him more protection, and we'll identify it another time. Hey, more bats. Oh, it's a vampire bat as well. We do not want that getting too close to us. The problem with these creatures is they can close the ground so quickly, as you can see here. And sometimes you'll note that I've gone with melee damage for like Roderick and so on, as opposed to, you know, casting spells. Obviously he doesn't have magic, but with Zoltan, I'm still casting spells, because he is more likely to do damage with his magic than if he was just randomly attacking. I say that, and he randomly attacked and did, you know, just the opposite of what I was suggesting there. Right. Another bat. How are we doing for time, I wonder? 9 minutes, right. I'm going to show you death. Let's go in here. Oh! Okay. We've been swarmed with snakes. And that is not a good thing. These snakes are fast moving, they hit hard, and they cause poison damage as well. So, we're going to intentionally lose a fight here. See, there we go, he's poisoned now. And you'll note that is a reduction of his might, endurance, and so on as a result. Yep, it's all over. We let the snakes get too close.
Though eternity lies before thee, thy work in the land of the living is not done.
So we get an image of the Grim Reaper telling us to go back. And we're back where we started, with almost no hit points and no gold. And if we had had any followers from the NPCs, they would have gone as well. So that was a case of us biting off more than we can chew there. And we'll just steal some health from that fountain. And some magic from that one. Thank you very much. And remember I said earlier about the bank. That's why you need the bank. Because if you amass a huge amount of gold and run into a situation where, oops, I've been killed, there goes your gold. Let's take out these goblins just as a final little end to this, because we're going to run out of time here. I mean, Might and Magic 6 you can play for 100 hours, probably more if you wanted. It's enormous, but it's not one of those story-rich titles. I mean, there is a story, but it's all about the grinding, the mechanics, and how your party works together as a team, and slowly building people up from like almost nothing to doing harm damage spells like that, which just destroyed those people.
Greetings and salutations.
There's a random expert learning teacher. That's nice. So we've a little money there, but not enough to really do anything. You'll note that there's also stuff over here, and there's all kinds of like stuff in the world to randomly explore, you know? And that's half the fun, because as you can see, your exploring is rewarded. Ooh, money.
I don't know.
And items. But you know what, we'll not pick up everything because we're running out of time. That is essentially Might and Magic 6. Also, there is a way to make you look up and down and stuff. Delete to look down, I can't remember look up off the top of my head. I'm using what's called a grey face patch, which is an unofficial fan patch for Might and Magic 6, which has a load of bug fixes and stuff like that, and makes the experience just a little bit smoother. And all the configuration is done in an ini file, which you can open in a text editor and set certain parameters. If you do go with a Greyface patch, you can turn mouse look on, which is more in line with modern games. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Me personally, I played Might and Magic 6 when it came out, so I'm used to this sort of style of looking around. Another thing of note, if you install Greyface, is that the music won't loop. And you'll be like, but James, you've got looping music in your game already. So what are you on about? I went to the ini file, and I changed it so that the music would loop by default, because I prefer it that way, you know? Let's just get our party in good shape. I don't think we have enough time to make another crack at the temple. Let's see. 4 minutes. Yeah, we don't. Let's take a look at the training place, shall we? I'm headed in the wrong direction here. I got turned around a lot in Lands of Lore, but this is closed. So we'll wait until dawn, which is another option. And you'll note, hey, their portraits have changed. That's because they haven't been resting. So his condition is weak, and weakness makes things difficult.
How about some training?
So you can now train to the
Okay.
next level,
Okay.
and that will give you skill points. And we'll show that quickly.
Okay.
So that's also removed the weakness. So you just click on the skill in question, and you will level it up. So what do we want? We'll give her air magic and bow. And each thing will tell you, clicking here will spend 2 skill points. So we want her to learn body magic, and why not mace? Yeah. And you will learn water magic and lever. So that has resulted in us having a lot more hit points, and will make us more effective as a unit altogether. So if we were to go back now at level 2, we'd have a much easier time of it. It wouldn't be perfect, you know, the snakes would still do a number on us, but if we were careful and we kept our distance, and, you know, we were more, you know, less gung-ho, then you'll also note these guys got the luck bonus, but she didn't. I think it's because of the value of their luck. Hers is 16, she's been getting all kinds of luck bonuses, and the well just said, no, I don't think we need that. So, this is my second favourite Might and Magic. I prefer 7 over 6. It's not the most common of opinions. 7 starts off on a tutorial island, rather than just a larger part of the world, but I find that New Sorpigal does a decent job. The only problem is, say if you were to head off to Goblin Watch immediately, you know, over there, or if you were to head to the temple immediately, or, you know, you got swarmed by too many goblins, it has that old school CRPG difficulty. It's a perfect sort of blend of accessibility and presentation and old school sensibilities. So if you go to the wrong place that you're not, you know, an appropriate level for, the game will hand you your posterior, so to speak. It'll really make a meal of you. So let's head out here, and you'll see, oh my god, so many mages. And we'll give it a go. And as you can see, we're already more capable of dealing with these mages than we were before. We're doing a lot more damage, we're hitting more accurately, and this is something that I personally just love. Like, if we'd come in here last level, exactly, that was too easy. If we'd come in here earlier, we'd have been destroyed, you know? And one of the great joys of this game is going to an area where previously you didn't stand a chance, and suddenly realizing, you know, almost naturally, hey, we can do this now. This might be a bit much though. Oh my goodness. Yeah. See what I mean? And that's it. That is Might and Magic 6. And we'll leave it with our party getting absolutely trounced by a pile of mages. Magi? Whatever. There's probably some nice loot over there, you know. And for me personally, this whole run from Might and Magic 6 to Might and Magic 7, and to a lesser degree Might and Magic 8, they're the best blobbers out there for me. I'd rank them even higher than Lands of Lore, which is, you know, a classic in its own right. So if you're a fan and you've been listening for an hour, God help you, then by all means, it's on GOG.com. Pick it up. It's old school CRPG action, and hopefully this has given you a sort of primer as to how to spend your first hour. And if you enjoyed watching this, I do have other videos, and I do other long plays once a week. And yeah, if you'd like the content, feel free to hit subscribe and tell all your friends and be like, oh my god, there's this guy who hits his microphone at the end of the recordings and causes distortion. You should check him out. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week, hopefully.